What's up? Oakley 450 back, and we have some news on the Epic React Flyknit version 2. I put over 500 miles running in these shoes this year, and this is one of my favorite shoes to run in. After I ran 500 miles in these, I had so many other shoes I was running in. I retired these shoes, but I started wearing these to be able to go just out in town and to work every day. And they are still a comfortable pair of shoes, and still have plenty of tread on the bottom of these shoes. Even though I'd say I'm up to, just walking alone, over 1,000 miles I probably walked in these shoes and running together. LeBron James was seen over the weekend wearing the new version of the Epic React 2. And that was in the pixel colorway. And at first glance, the shoe looks pretty much identical to the first version of the Epic React. And this shoe was an amazing performer for me, and there was really not a lot of things that I would have changed on this shoe other than the outsole. Alright, in the pictures you can see, the main things that I've noticed that have changed is the lace reinforcement is now, instead of it being one solid piece, it is actually split into two. And then the next thing that you can see is the heel cup on the back. Instead of it coming up higher in the rear near the pull tab, it dips down in the back, so the heel cup's changed a little bit. Other than that, the Flyknit weave looks about the same, and I'd say there's probably some minor changes into that, because I know some people were complaining about having some kind of midfoot slippage and stuff like that, and they didn't like the heel collar in the shoe also. I had no problems with that. So as far as the Flyknit, I'd say it's probably going to be pretty close to the same, and the fit is pretty much going to be the same. Midsole, as far as I can tell, all the midsole grooves look the same. They look identical. And like I said before, one of the biggest changes I was expecting to see this year on the Epic React 2 was the outsole. I was expecting to see the outsole of the Odyssey React put onto the Epic React, because this is one of the biggest complaints and one of the biggest questions that I got was, how is the outsole wearing on the Epic React? And I expected them to make some changes on that. If not using the Odyssey React outsole, at least bringing this outsole back at least about an inch or so, just to get it where it's more in that midfoot area, to put a little bit more rubber in the high wear areas. As far as traction on these shoes though, I have had no problems with them slipping or sliding any of the runs I ever did in these. And the only problems I ever had in these now, whenever I've worked, is if there's a wet tile floor or something like that, and this rubber does not make contact, these shoes slide a little bit. But that's to be expected with any shoe that does not have a rubber outsole and you're on a tile floor. So other than that, I'm really looking forward to the Epic React 2. I will end up picking up a pair of those, because these are pretty much going to be worn out as far as it comes to running. And I want to see what the new version, if any of the changes and how they do, and if they've changed any of the midsole, and if it's any kind of firmer, or if they've changed that any at all. Release date on the Epic React 2. They will release on January 31st on Nike.com, and that will be in the pixel colorway that you can see here in these two pictures I've got up, and plus the one that LeBron had on there. That's about it, and that's about all the information I know on it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these really small, minor changes that Nike has made to this shoe. And I think Nike did keep those changes small and minor because there was such a following for this shoe in both the lifestyle and the performance groups. And they didn't want to change something too drastically and make a lot of their fan base, because this shoe was one of their top performers this past year, along with the Vaporflies for performance. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about the minor changes. And if you have any questions about any of the upcoming shoe reviews I've got coming up, I think either today or tomorrow I will be having the new Ultra Boost 2019 should be arriving, and I will be doing a first run in those. So make sure you turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on that. Other than that, as always, thanks for watching, and thank you for your continued support.